in the sense that that also speaks about learning challenges like dyslexia. It's about a teacher and a student relationship, and stand like a rock star, and at the end of the day shoot, put the music of Good for Nothing or whatever, or any other, let's say Bam Bam Bole or All Is Well. They come to the set floor and dance. Yes, I mean, all my Sitare, we auditioned about 2,500 neurodivergent actors. Not professional actors, but they have lived the experience of. बोलते हैं ना वो चमकते सितारे. There is something about them that when the lights on and the camera, अरे, this Genelia is different from who was sitting here. Hi, I'm RS Prasanna and you're watching me on IWMBuzz.
Hello everyone, welcome to IWMBuzz. This is Komal Vishwakarma and today we are having a conversation with the director of the upcoming film Sitare Zameen Par. The film many of us are waiting to watch, Mr. RS Prasanna. Hello sir, how are you?
Hi Komal, doing good. How are you?
Great. Sir, the first thing I want to know is, how did you come up with the idea of making Sitare Zameen Par?
It actually, the Sitare Zameen Par was not the title we had in mind at the very beginning.
Okay.
It was so when my writer Divya Nidhi Sharma and I were working on the screenplay of this, and first question in my mind was that who is the person who would do justice to this as an actor, as a producer, and in terms of who is, if possible, we get a star or a superstar whose fans, so to speak, would expect a movie like this from their filmography. And the only person that came to my mind immediately was Mr. Aamir Khan. Right, as a superstar, as an actor and as a producer. So luckily his manager Shamat had reached out to me about maybe a year ago from that time, and we were already in touch. We were discussing some scripts, and in my mind I had thought maybe the next 10 years, if I were lucky enough to get the opportunity to direct Mr. Aamir Khan, well, this story narration happened with him, and at the time we had not titled it. It was much later that I think during the pre-production or sometime like that, when Aamir sir himself felt that there is a lot of resonance between the thought behind Taare Zameen Par and this movie. And I had constantly mentioned Taare Zameen Par and I would marvel at the movie. I'm also a huge fan like all of us. So somewhere the connection Aamir sir made, and he was the one who said, why don't we kind of make this a spiritual successor, because the thought, this is an extension of the same thought. Or I would say more than the thought, an extension of the same heart. Of empathy and kindness and compassion and inclusivity, which is so much required in the world today.
Is this film Sitare Zameen Par anyhow connected to Taare Zameen Par?
That's what, it's connected in the heart.
Okay.
Yeah, the characters are different, the world is different, but the heart is the same. In the sense that that also speaks about learning challenges like dyslexia. It's about a teacher and a student relationship, and how one must not see somebody as beneath you. Right? Same thing this film does, but in a totally different world, in a fun, exciting energy, with the same emotions. But here also it is about a student and a teacher. It's a coach and 10 basketball players. It's also got the same message of each of us have got our own sense of normal. And mera normal mera, aapka normal aapka. And why should I not accept, the fact that we are all beautiful in our own ways? Why should I judge? Why should I compare and feel? Why can't we celebrate each other's uniqueness? Is the core thought of both the films. So, and I think somewhere Aamir sir is the beating heart of both the films, so they're connected.
So the audience will get the same essence they got in Taare Zameen Par?
I hope so, because Taare Zameen Par is a masterpiece done by a master. And Sitare Zameen Par is for the audience to decide, but we are very, very confident about one thing, is the amount of love that we have put into the project, the amount of heart we have put into the project, and the fact that our Sitare are a very beautiful energy during the shooting. And looks like in the trailer and in all the BTS video we are sharing, that seems to have connected with the public. So I'm very excited. I'm really hopeful that this movie is also loved as much.
Okay, fingers crossed. Casting plays a very important role. film में लोग पसंद करते हैं अपने पसंदीदा आर्टिस्ट को देखने के लिए. Why did you cast Genelia opposite Aamir?
When you see the movie, more than the trailer, you will understand when you see the movie why Genelia is the perfect person to play this. Because we needed a character who was gorgeous in terms of a human being. Genelia is gorgeous as a person. In every which way, as a soul, as a person, right? And again, it's a very beautiful character in the movie. and it kind of balances the crudity of Gulshan, you know. So we needed somebody who's a great actor, who's got that energy, positive energy in her. And when you see the movie, you will find, like in the song, a little bit of that. In the Saraankhon Pe Meri, you would have seen that tehrav and that emotion that she holds. So it is got Genelia, the one which we love, with full of energy. The Aditi of, I think she played Aditi, right?
Yes.
In Jaane Tu Ya Jaane.
Jaane Tu Ya Jaane.
That was a character name. So the same, joy and the energy of that. But I think in this movie, you'll also find a certain other energy in her, which is very beautiful.
It will be a treat to the audience if they get to see Genelia in that.
As it was a treat for all of us. All of us were, especially our Sitare, I must say. They love her so much, and she's so kind, she's so generous. She also becomes like, all of us became like, a family. And they have, I think, a massive crush on her, a lot of them. Aamir sir also, for example, something happens to these guys, like Aamir sir and Genelia and Sitare and all these guys, they'll be sitting with you and you'll find that energy in them for sure. But when they go to the camera, when the lights happen and that role happens, suddenly they're like, bolte na wo chamakte sitare. There is something about them that when the lights on and the camera, like, Arey, this Genelia is different from who was sitting here. She comes back, she's just another, beautiful person. But on the screen, they have a certain magic. I think that is what stars are all about, isn't it?
Yes.
And just like our Sitare, all of them, all the 10 of them, when they go on the camera, they come alive, It's like they are in their happy space.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
How was it working with Aamir Khan as an actor and producer?
Oh, it's been an absolute honor and a pleasure. And the saddest part of this is I'm very well aware that working with Aamir sir is usually a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? Yes. It happens only once. I hope it happens again and again and again, because obviously, like his other director Nitesh Tiwari sir told after Dangal to me when I asked him, he said, "Yaar, Aamir sir is very addictive. एक फिल्म आप उनके साथ करोगे ना, ऐसा you get pampered as a director, you get an actor who's available to you 24/7, a producer who's empowering you, like okay, what do you want to do? You want to cast? You want to take 10 months? Go ahead, do it. Okay. With no concern for any sort of, nahi itna time kyun le raha hai? Those kind of very valid questions. Yeah. But Aamir sir is there for you throughout. Like whatever the film needs, he's there.
Okay.
So it's an honor to work with Aamir sir, and therefore it is also a dream for every filmmaker to make a movie with him. And I have to pinch myself to believe that I got the opportunity.
Is raising social issues speciality in your films?
Well, I've done very few films for it to be a pattern. Yeah. I've done only 2 Hindi films. Now this is my second one, and 1 Tamil film. However, yes, I am a socially conscious person, like all of us are. I believe all of us want an ideal society. All of us dream of a society where there is no pain, there is no torture, where there is no discrimination. Every human being. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, "Yay, let's have a bad day." We don't want to hurt each other. I feel all of us as children are very pure, and then as adults we grow up to be whatever we are. We are broken by others and we break others. So I think we all seek the same thing, which is love and acceptance and all that, right? Yeah. Which is society, right? That is, in that sense, a social issue. So I will not say I'm particularly thinking about a social issue, I'm thinking about a human issue, which is the seeking of love. Yeah. I think that may be a very strong theme in all my movies. I think so. The need for love, the need for acceptance, the need for kindness in different ways. And somewhere misfits, I think. People who are misfits, who don't fit the round, like Steve Jobs says, the square peg in the round hole. All of us feel like misfits and underdogs many times. So I feel I've always loved movies which give inspiration for the underdog, which makes you feel that you're not alone in your weirdness. We're all weird in beautiful ways,
Yes.
Maybe that could be a pattern which I would love to have.
It's, I think, nazariye ki baat hai.
Perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you speak to real neurodivergent people while you were making this film?
Yes, I mean, all my Sitare, we auditioned about 2,500 neurodivergent actors. Not professional actors, but they have lived the experience of, their life. And we were just looking for people with a spark for acting, When you see a person, you know whether this guy loves being in camera or he or she loves to dance or to perform. Some people naturally take up to swimming, some people naturally sing and dance, right? It's a natural gift. Yeah. So we were looking at people like that who are gifted, who have that kida to act. Once that is there, everything else can be taught. We gave them workshops over 10 months of acting and basketball and all that. But all that is only an aid to a talent which is already there in abundance. When you see our 10 Sitare, you will see that they're born to be actors. Yeah, they're so good.
Was it difficult working with them?
No, not at all. It was an absolute pleasure. I understand that in today's times, anything which takes time seems to be considered as difficult. I don't know why we are chasing fastness as if it were a virtue. Anything which takes time can be pleasurable too. If I'm a foodie, if I'm a cook and I love cooking, I want to take my time cooking it. If I'm a gardener, I don't want to water my plants fast. So I think if you love something, you want to take time. So I think when they hear that this 10 months casting process tha and all that, many people say that, oh, it must have been difficult. No, it was an absolute delight. That challenges exist in every job,
Yes.
Komal. If I ask you, is it difficult conducting an interview? In a way, yes. You have to wake up, you have to go to work. You may not want to get out that day, whatever. Only those things are there. But otherwise, I would say they are so gifted. They are so energetic. They used to do full day of shooting and stand like a rock star, and at the end of the day shoot, put the music of Good for Nothing or whatever, or any other, let's say Bam Bam Bole or All Is Well. They come to the set floor and dance. Yeah. Like, I'll tell you, we shot a dance number for about 4 days. Fourth day, evening, we're all done. These guys go on the dance floor and say, let's dance again. इतना एनर्जी है उनके अंदर. तो हमको लगा कि यार, it is lot of work is always there, and that is all. That vanishes when you see their smile and when you see they hug you, they come to you. Like yesterday, I'll tell you an example. We were having some screening of, I think, Taare Zameen Par event was happening. You know, we become very emotional when we see that movie, all of us, right? So I am also like Aamir sir, a cry baby. I love to cry and I cry very fast. So my son was sitting next to me. Then my younger son, my elder son, and my wife. I just asked her to come here because I know I'm about to cry. Because they were going on and on about that hostel room scene and all. And I was like, "Arey yaar, abhi rula hoge kya?" So I told my wife to sit because I don't want my kids to be affected. And I couldn't control my tears. So one of the Sitare, Bantu, who keeps scratching his ear, he was sitting next to me. He just turned around and he said, "It's okay, sir. It's okay, it happens." He couldn't bear the fact that I was crying. You know, I told, no, I'm happy. Then he became okay. So they are like amazing people. If you're stressed on set, they'll come to you and say, "Komal, are you okay? Do you need a hug?" How can that be difficult? Working without them is difficult.
Beautiful. Are you satisfied with the film you have made?
You know, I have a strange question, a strange answer for this, and I'm not being pseudo-intellectual. I genuinely feel that the film makes you. You don't make the film.
Okay.
You're only an enabler. So if you ask me, am I satisfied with the film? I only hope that I have done justice to the film. I only hope that I have been honest as a filmmaker. As far as am I satisfied with the film, unless we are satisfied with the film, we will not take it to the next stage. But I think there is a certain film that gets made before the audience sees it.
Yeah.
That is the film you can control. But once you go to the audience, and between that screen and the audience, there is a second film that gets made. The minute it goes to the screen, you watch it with an audience, it's a completely new film. And that film is going to release on June 20th.
Yeah.
And trust me, when you watch it with an audience, you see, oh wow, it's working so beautifully. Or, you know, I could have done better. And that's a process which always goes on.
Yeah.
But luckily, we have had very, very beautiful responses. Few people have seen the film. We are very happy with that. But fingers crossed, I hope the audience also likes it.
Lastly, I want to ask you, what impact do you think Sitare Zameen Par will make to the audience?
First, I hope that they have a really good time in the theatre, because that above all is what cinema does so beautifully, that I want to come to the theatre to feel happy. So I hope and pray that the same happiness we felt while making the film, that I feel the audience comes in with the full family and have a happy time in the screen. And then, of course, I feel that there is so much in the film which I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
Let it do the magic.
All right.
Yeah. I think in terms of impact, just like Taare Zameen Par brought about a change in conversation about dyslexia, I am 100% sure that any movie that Aamir sir does impacts society in a positive way. So this will also open conversations about sabka apna apna normal and what is it that we see as different in others, you know, and what are we really different or are we all the same? And I think if that, even if one person has that change of mindset after seeing this movie, I'd consider it a very big success. Even if one person sees this movie and feels okay, from now I will not, I will see a person with autism in a different way, like a friend. I think that's the impact a film can have, and I hope that happens.
Yes, truly. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely having you here.
Same here, Komal.
Thank you.
you.